Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to understand about HTML tags and their attributes. Learn the various types of tags. Know the difference between the container and empty tags. Learn about formatting tags. Learn various list tags. Know table tag and its attributes. Learn about nested tables. Explain about image tag and its attributes. Understand how to create forms in HTML. Define external and internal linking. Know the concept of dynamic website and its components. Introduction to HTML. The Internet is a network that spreads worldwide and helps people to connect around the world. There are many applications of the Internet, but the most important is www, World Wide Web. www is the interconnected set of documents, images, text, and videos. What is browsing? When we explore the Internet for information or looking around any websites, that is called browsing. What is hyperlink? Hyperlinks are the text, images that help us to create a link between one web page to another or within web pages. What is HTML? HTML, which is also known as Hypertext Markup Language, is used to create web pages and websites. A web page can contain text, pictures, objects, videos, and audios. A website is a collection of many web pages. Parts of a web page. The parts of a web page can be divided into different sections. Header section. This section denotes the subject of the web page. Contains logo, picture of the web page. Menu bar. This is a collection of buttons that contains links. Each link takes you to another section of the web page. Body area. This section contains all the information that you want to display on the web page. Footer area. It contains all the information that can be downloaded and reused freely. HTML tags. What is a web browser? A web browser is a software that helps us to view web pages on the Internet, like Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, etc. We all know that HTML file is a simple text file that does not have any images, text, video, and audios. But with the help of codes, or can say tag, we display them on the web page. HTML tags. An HTML tag contains coding, information, images, and videos that need to be displayed on the web page at a specified place, audios and links to other web pages or websites. Features of HTML. It is not a case-sensitive language. It requires proper closing and opening of the tag. It is a platform-independent language. What is a tag? A tag specifies how the information will be displayed on the web page. Type of tags. There are two types of tags in HTML. container tag. These tags are also known as a paired tag. These tags need to be closed. Empty tags. These tags are also called standalone tags. We don't need to close these tags. What are the attributes? Attributes give the extra information about a particular tag. An attribute may have different values as per the tags. Structure of HTML document. Basic structure of HTML document. The basic structure of HTML tag contains the following tags. This tag is written at the beginning and ending of the HTML document. It tells the browser that the document created is HTML. This tag is written after the HTML tag. The things that we don't want to display directly on the web page, we write in this tag. This tag is used to display the title of the web page. It is written between head tag. The information, pictures, videos and audios that we want to display directly on the web page is written between this tag. Requirement of HTML coding. We require the following tools to work in HTML. Text editor. We need a notepad, Notepad++, WordPad. Teach text operating systems to write the coding of HTML document. Web browser. We need a web browser like Internet Explorer, Google Chrome or Mozilla to run the coding of the HTML document. How to create a basic HTML document? Open Notepad. Type your coding. Save it as suppose mywebpage.html or htm. The document will be saved at the desired location. Open that document with a web browser. The web page will be displayed in the browser window. Adding the header section. Open the file mywebpage.html in Notepad. Add the head tag before the body tag and after HTML tag. The coding written in head and /head tag is not displayed by the browser. The head tag of the HTML document contains all references to scripts, special font, media players, when the web page is made for some other language. The text we write between the title and /title tag is displayed on the top of the web page of the browser window. Displaying content of the web page. The information that you want to display directly on the web page is written between the body tag. There are many attributes of the body tag. BG color. This attribute helps to change the background color of the web page. Text. This attribute helps to change the text color of the web page. Background. This attribute helps to set an image as background of the web page. While giving the background color, we can either give the color code or can give the name of the color. When we set an image as background, in that case, if the image is big enough, then you will see image, whereas in case of the small image, you can see the image and the color both. Comments and heading tags. Adding comment. When you are writing codes and want someone to have extra information about the HTML document, then we can write that information in the comment tag. This information will not read through the web browser. Syntax is: the following section will display the image gallery. Heading tags. These tags are used to write the heading in the web page. The headings are usually highlighted and larger than the normal text. There are 6 levels of headings we can give in heading tag. The H1 is the largest heading and H6 is the smallest heading. There is one attribute of H1 tag, that is align. This attribute helps to arrange the heading in center, left or right. By default, the heading is left aligned. Use of font tag. This tag is used when we want to format a short segment of the text in the web page. This means, suppose we want to give different font style, size and color to the short segment of the text, then we use font tag. It has 3 attributes. Face. This helps to change the type of the font. Size. This helps to change the size of the font. Color. This helps to change the color of the text. We can give the values of text size either in points or percentage. Tags used for highlighting of text. Tags to highlight text. There are many other tags that are used to apply different style to the text. Tag B. This tag is used to highlight the text written between B and /B. Tag I. This tag is used to make the text italicized, that is written between I and /I. Tag U. This tag is used to underline the text that is written between U and /U. Paragraph tag P. This tag is used to define the beginning of a paragraph in the web page. It automatically leaves a line before the paragraph. So, when we close the tag, then it separates it from the previous paragraph. It has one attribute, that is a line. BR tag. This tag is used to give a line break in the text. The text written after BR tag will appear in the next line. If we will not use the BR tag, then even if we are writing the text in next line, that will appear in the single line in the browser window. BR is an empty tag. We don't have to close it. Horizontal rule HR. This tag is used to divide the web document into different sections. It gives a section break in the document. This is also an empty tag. We don't have to close this tag. It has attributes like size and color. Aligning of text. By default, the text is aligned to left. But we can change the alignment of the text to right, center, or justify. Lists in HTML. There are 2 types of lists we use in HTML: ordered list and unordered list. Ordered list. This list is also called as numbered list. It helps to represent the items in the numbered list. We can represent the numbered list as 1, 2, 3, and so on, or in Romans 1, 2, 3, so on, or A, B, C, etc. The OL tag is a container tag. It is required to be closed. There is only one attribute of OL tag, that is type. It helps to choose the type of ordered list. Unordered list. This list is also called as a bulleted list. It is used to represent the items in the form of bullets. This is also a container tag and we need to close it. We can add 3 types of bullets in the unordered list: bullets, squares, and disk. This list also has one attribute known as a type that helps to choose the type of bullet. List item LI. This tag helps to add items in the bulleted as well as a numbered list. This is not a container tag, so even if we don't close it, then also our program can run. Tables in HTML. Tables are used to represent the data in the forms of rows and columns. There are 2 ways to represent data through the tables. One, where the table is visible on the web page, and another is when the table is invisible on the web page. Table. Tag. This tag is used to insert a table in the web page. This is a container tag. We need to close it to run the program smoothly. Attributes of table tag. There are many attributes of table tag. Caption. This tag is used to give a caption to the table. Border. This tag is used to insert a border around the table. BG color. This attribute is used to give the background color to the table. Width. This attribute helps to set the width of the table on the web page. Height. This attribute is used to set the height of the table on the web page. Background. This tag is used to set the background image for the table. Cell padding. This attribute of the table tag is used to set the space between the items of the table and walls of the table. Cell spacing. This attribute is used to set the space between 2 adjacent cells. List of additional tags in creation of table in HTML. Other tags used in table tag. There are many more tags that are used in creating tables in HTML. TR. This tag is known as table row. This tag is used to insert a row in the table. TH. This tag is used to add a table heading in the row. TD. This tag is called table data. This tag adds the data in the table rows and columns. Caption. This tag helps to give a caption to the table. Customizing cell alignments in the table. There are 2 types of alignments we can give in the table cells: vertical and horizontal. In the vertical alignment, the options of alignment are: top. This sets the cells at the top of the cell. Center. This displays the text at the center of the cell. Bottom. This displays the text or the cell to the bottom of the cell. In horizontal alignment, the options are: left. Moves the text contents to the left. Right. This moves the text to the right of the cell. Center. This moves the cell to the center of the cell. Merging rows and columns. Merging of rows and columns in the table. We can merge two adjacent rows and two adjacent columns in the table by using the following commands. Rowspan. This attribute helps us to span the cell to the entire row. Colspan. This attribute helps to span the cell to the entire column. Nesting table. Table inside a table is called as nesting of tables. Photographs and other media on the web page. We can insert the images in the web page with the help of the img tag. Image can be any image like drawings, graphs, photos used for making the web page look more attractive. Attributes of img tag. There are many attributes of img tag. Let us discuss them one by one. 1. src. This attribute helps to find the location of the image. 2. Height. This attribute helps to define the height of the image on the web page. 3. Width. This attribute allows to define the width of the image on the web page. 4. Border. This attribute defines the border around the image. 5. Align. This attribute specifies the position of the image on the web page. It can be left, right, center. 6. Alt. This attribute allows to set the text that appears when a user hovers the mouse over the image, not click the image. Hyperlinks. It is the link that we create between two objects. We can link one object with the other. So, when we click on one object, the other object linked with that opens. The link can be created with text, image, videos, etc. Through the hyperlinks, we can link two web pages, one paragraph with another, or one section of a web page with the other section, or email. Let us discuss the tag and attribute that is used to create hyperlinks. Anchor tag A. This tag is used to create a link on a web page. Attributes of anchor tag. The attribute of the anchor tag is href. This attribute tells the location of the web page, or you can call URL of the web page. What is URL? URL, which is also known as Uniform Resource Locator, specifies the location of a web page on www. It is the address of the document on the web page. Type of URL. There are two types of URL. Absolute URL. This URL consists of the complete address of a file on the internet. An absolute URL contains the host name, folder name, and file name. Also the protocol, set of rules, it will use to connect to the web page or file. For example, http://www.amazon.com/html/clothes:/womenclothing.htm. Relative URL. This URL is written in the short form. It contains files in the same server or in the same folder. html/clothes:/womenclothing.htm. Types of hyperlinks. There are two basic types of linking, internal and external. External linking. This linking helps to link one web page with the other web page. The syntax for the external linking is shown here. If we want to connect a video file, then we need a media player to help display the contents. We call such add-on software as plugins. A web browser can insert images, text, but for other media files, we need to have external support in the form of plugins. Suppose we want to play a video file. Then we need a window media player to play that file. We need to use embed code to use that video in the web page. The syntax is shown here. Attributes of embed tag. Type. This attribute defines the type of embedded object that you would like to insert. Plugins page. This attribute is required if the system does not have Windows Media Player plugins. Name. This attribute assigns a unique name to the object. Width and height. This attribute defines the height and width of the embedded object. src. It defines path or location of the file. Internal linking. Internal linking helps to connect the web pages internally. Means one part of the document to another part or one section with another section. Description of coding. A click on the links Chapter 1 or Chapter 2 will take you to the beginning of the respective chapters. The link at the bottom of each chapter back to contents will lead back to the contents list. The other tag pair is similar to any other link, but the destination reference is preceded by a hash. This hash prompts the browser to look for a named anchor on the same page. Using image as link. This tag is used to link an image to see the larger view of the image. The tags used will be a combination of given tags. Email links. We can also link our web page with the email account using the email links. With the help of this, a person can directly comment on your web page and contact you through email. Syntax is shown here. Input forms in HTML. Forms on a web page allow a user to enter data through the server. A user fills the forms using checkboxes, radio buttons, or text fields. HTML provides such forms for interactivity. The tag used for creating form is given. Use of forms in HTML. Use of form tag. This tag permits the input of text. Then it defines the delivery mechanism and the destination for this message. Attributes of form tag. There are two attributes of the form tag. 1. Action. This attribute specifies the place where a form will send the information for processing. It can be email address, JavaScript functions, and CGI programs. 2. Method. This attribute is used to send information in a form to the server. We can use two methods to send the information. Get and post method. Get method. This method helps to retrieve information from the server. Post method. This method requests a web server to accept data enclosed in the body of the message, most likely for storing it. It is generally used when we upload a file or submit a complete form on the web. Form elements. There is a format of information that is to be sent to the server. It can be radio buttons, text entry, checkboxes, form buttons, password entry fields, etc. All these are the attributes of the input tag. This tag can have many attributes. Type attribute. This attribute helps to define the input that you want a user to enter. Type is equal to text. This attribute helps a user to enter one line of information. Attributes of input tags. Type is equal to password. This attribute works like text attribute, but the text that we type in the input area appears as an asterisk in this attribute. Type is equal to radio. This attribute specifies a set of controls which are linked in a way that only one radio button among all the buttons is selected at a time. If the user clicks one radio button, the others in the set are automatically deselected. Every radio button has the same name. Type is equal to checkbox. These options allows a user to select multiple options from the given alternatives. Every checkbox has a unique name. Type is equal to submit. It creates a submit button on the form. Type is equal to reset. It creates a reset button on the form. Type is equal to image. This attribute sends the form to the address specified in the action attribute of the form tag. Type is equal to button. This attribute helps to create a clickable button with text already written and is specified by the user in value. Type is equal to file. This attribute helps to upload files. Type is equal to hidden. This attribute is used to define information for the receiving program or function that is not visible to the user. Select tag. This tag is used to create drop-down list box and scrolling list boxes in a form. With the size attribute, the menu can be changed to show more than one option. Text area tag. This tag is used when we want to span the text area fields to many lines. Everything written between text area tag and /text area tag will be presented using the text area box. Trends in web technologies. These days, websites are developed with extraordinary features which supports interactive forms, multimedia applications. These days, websites are available for banking, shopping, registration, etc. All these websites require a large amount of data to be stored and retrieved and cater to the needs of different users. The example of such website is IRCTC. Dynamic websites. Websites that are supported by the database are known as dynamic websites. Let us take an example of Google search engine. It takes the request of users in the form of keywords and then on the basis of the keyword find the websites of the user. These sites need a database to store the information and a server to retrieve and provide the results of the query to the user. Places that demand dynamic features of websites. Online libraries, dictionaries, encyclopedias, bookstores, email providers, social networking sites, online courses, shopping malls, tourist bureaus. Dynamic websites. Any website that gives updated information on a regular basis and different information for different users need the support of dynamic technologies. Active Server Pages ASP, Java Server Pages JSP and Hypertext Preprocessor PHP are used to construct dynamic websites. Separating styles, content and code. You must have observed in the websites that coding, design elements and the content all have put together in the website that makes the website slow and is difficult to edit. To avoid all these issues, an interesting technology is developed known as cascading style sheets. This technology allows placing the color, content, design, font size, layout in a separate file known as style sheet file. The content is placed in a text file or as a database. The HTML code and other codes for supporting dynamic website are placed in the web page. The style sheet and the web page both work as a template and have predefined style elements. When the user calls for a page, the content, the style and the code are combined together to generate a web page. The use of cascading style sheets and databases now allows you to concentrate on content development. Once developed, the style sheets, the database and the web page code will remain fixed unless you wish to modify it. New content gets populated into the database, making it very easy for website content to be renewed frequently. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. www is the interconnected set of documents, images, text and videos. When we explore the internet for information or looking around any websites, that is called browsing. Hyperlinks are the text, images that helps us to create a link between one web page to another or within web pages. Hypertext markup language is used to create web pages and websites. A menu bar is a collection of buttons that contains links. A web browser is a software that helps us to view web pages on the internet. A tag specifies how the information will be displayed on the web page. Container tags are also called as a paired tag. These tags need to be closed. Empty tags are also called standalone tags. We don't need to close these tags. Attributes give the extra information about a particular tag. Head tag is written after the HTML tag. The things that we don't want to display directly on the web page, we write in this tag. HR tag is used to divide the web document into different sections. Tables are used to represent the data in the forms of rows and columns. Cell padding is used to set the space between the items of the table and walls of the table. Cell spacing is used to set the space between two adjacent cells. Table inside a table is called as nesting of tables. The anchor tag is used to create a link on a web page. URL, which is also known as Uniform Resource Locator, specifies the location of a web page on www. Linking can be of two types, external and internal. Forms on a web page allow a user to enter data through the server.